What's up, guys? Welcome to this first video. In this first video, I'm gonna talk about Vwap and how I use it, how you can use it, and what's it about. So first of all, Vwap is volume weighted average price. That's like the meaning of it. And when we're trading above the Vwap, let's say here this wait no wait, this here is the Vwap. This right here, this line. So let's say when we're trading above the VWAP, like buyers are in control. And when we're trading below the VWAP, like sellers are in control. Of course, you can use like with context and like your entry model stuff, you can scalp from these IDs and stuff, blah blah. Um, but as you can see, we have like two bands above and two bands below. And this is like my standard deviation band 2.03. That's like the setting, and the top one is 2.53, and below is like the same, but then like minus 2.03, and 2 minus 2.53. And as we can see, like when we trade like above the standard deviation band and we're overbought, because when we're trading like above the standard deviation band, we're overbought. If we're trading below the standard deviation bands, we're oversold. And in overnight, I love trading between the standard deviation bands, because as you can see, um, every time like we hit like the outer band, we're trading away from it. And this is how you can play off of these levels of these bands. Because as you see, when we tap the outer band, like the below outer band, we're trading away from it into the top outer band, the top band, as you can see. And another thing with VWAP really is that let's say here we have VWAP here, and we're in a trade like we're oversold. We're between the standard deviation band, we're hitting the standard deviation bands here, and we're oversold. So we're looking to buy. Because as we can see, when we hit the top, we're trading away from it bearish. If we hit in the bottom, we're trading away from it bullish. See? So we see that when we hit the standard deviation bands, we're reversing. Let's say it like this. When we're hitting the standard deviation bands, we're reversing. It's like a support and resistance. The bands give support and resistance to buy and lower. And let's say this is the VWAP, this is like standard deviation bands 1, 2. And let's say we're in a bid right here, right around here. And what you can do, you can either target the VWAP, because like the VWAP is like a magnet. Like we're trading a lot of the times, we're like trading like kind of this about a VWAP, as you can see here as well. I personally don't trade in this, because this is in my opinion chop. This like balancing. We're balancing. I don't trade in like balancing areas like this. So I either wait for a breakout, or I either wait for like an 80% rule. Like a field auction market, really. Field auction market. But that's in another video. But as we see, what we can do is when price trades through the VWAP and price retests the VWAP, if there is absorption on the candle that retests the VWAP, you can actually go in a bid. Put your stop one tick below the absorption, and you can target like the opposite bands. Because if we break through the VWAP, let's put it like this here. Because if we trade through the VWAP, there's a high chance that we will reach the outer bands, like the opposite bands. And the same is bearish. If we're bearish right here and we trade through the VWAP, there's a high chance that we will reach the opposite bands. So that's one thing with VWAP. Then, as I said, the other thing, if we break through it, like here buyers are in control, we're trading above it, and we retest on the VWAP, and we mohawk, like we wick the VWAP, like we displace bullish from the VWAP, and then you of course you can wait like either for your footprint entry model or your DOM or CVDS, or use or combine them. But as I said, if we trade through the VWAP and we retest the VWAP and I see absorption on this low, you can either get in another bit right here and put your stop here. So you have a position right here and right here. Or if you don't have the position right here because like you feel you missed like this trade and like with context and stuff, let's say whatever, let's say we have a shelf here and we're here, let's say here we have like a volume profile here and we have here like a shelf and it aligns with like the bands. This is like a good trade. With context, they were like balancing, we're trading out of the bandage and we're accepting back into the bandage. But that's AMT 80% rule. That's like in another video. But use this shit with like context. You can get in a bit right here and you can target like your opposite level slash the opposite shelves, the opposite band, and of course the opposite extreme, like the opposite shelf. So you can get in a bit here and here. If you miss this one, you can get in a bit here. If you're in a bit here and you don't want to get in a bit here, then you can trim your stop underneath this low. What I don't want to see, and I mean what I don't want to see, is let's say this is the VWAP, is that whenever we're in a bit right here and we trade through it, I don't want to see us close bearish back then and breaking through it bearish. You know what I mean? So that we're breaking bullish through it and we're breaking bearish through it. And we're closing like bullish here and we're closing like bearish here. And then again, and then we go bit. I don't want to see that. I want to see us going clean. I want to see us immediately. I want to see a view up here. I want to see us break us through it and the candle that firstly retests. I want to see it mohawk like a wick on the VWAP and like displacing away from it, leaving like a wick that we're like respecting it and not a closure below, because then we're closing above it, we're breaking above it and we're breaking below it. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Mostly of the time when we do that, it's either gonna balance for a few minutes or yeah, it can actually range, but I don't wanna trade in that. I don't wanna trade in that. So what I wanna see is like a clean displacement. So let's say we break through it here, retesting here. I want to see this candle here, wick, like a wick, and then absorption on this candle, and then like entry model, etc., etc. You can see either get an absorption here on the footprint and exhaustion, and then you can wait for the candle to close. You can enter on the next candle, put your stop right here, and target your level, or you can enter here with your DOM where you see like that we're like reloading the bid. In this case we're bearish, so reloading the S column, and then we're pulling like the bid, etc., etc., and then we have like exhaustion, absorption, etc. You can get in the trade then and target the next. But as we see, like we're just using the standard deviation bands like as like a support and a resistance. Like we're trading into it slash like we're touching the bands and we're reversing. We're trading into it and we're reversing. We're trading and reversing. We're trading and we're reversing every time. And you can either use the VWAP as a target, or you can use it as an entry. That when we break through it, that you expect that we're going to the opposite balance, the opposite standard deviation bands. It's late as fuck around here, bro. Like I'm tired, but I don't give a fuck. And then wait for a retest, or if we don't retest, you can always use the logic that your like sellers are in control. There's a high chance that we will reach the outer bands. So I trust this trade that when I'm in a short here, I can hold till here. And you can get a really decent 10 points plus trade. Then another fun fact that I like and how I use the standard deviations also is in like an example like this. Because as you can see, here you can get it like a little short, but as we can see, we're trading for a long time, or like for a longer time between the standard deviation bands, and we're only reversing here. When we have cases like this where we're trading like between the standard deviation bands or like for a while above, so either between or above or like both, it doesn't matter, like these two, this indicates a strong trend. So in this case, like a strong bullish trend. And what I don't like is to fade it. When we have stuff like this, I don't want to fade it. even if I have a level right here and price shows here my entry model, I'm not taking it. I'm only taking the trade when I see price breaking out of the standard deviation bands. Like here. Let's say we have a level right here. Or like, I don't know, like here. Let's delete this one. Let's say this is like our level. This can be like a shelf. Let's say this is like a shelf. Oh, it's a little bit, doesn't matter. Let's say this is our shelf. It's not a really good shelf. So wait, I need to get the right. Let's say this is our shelf. Like I'm drawing it ugly as fuck. Let's say no, that's not really good as well. Oh my day, bruh. Oh my day, bruh. Let's say this is our shelf. And let's say we trade it into our shelf. Let's say here we trade into, so let's say we actually hit it here. I'll do it like this, fuck it. I'll do it like this. I don't immediately go in a trade when we hit our level. What I want to see is we're trading out of the standard deviation bands, because when we're trading out of the standard deviation bands, I know that we're accepting like back into like the balance. You know, you can use like AMT with this concept. You can either trade off the Vwap standard deviation bands alone, or you can use like with more context like TPO or AMT, volume profile, etc. But as I was saying, when we're like trading between standard deviation bands, what I want to see, I don't want to fade it until I see price trading out of the balance. And then of course, like seeing this case, like of course here, as we see here, we have like a lot of trapped bits, a lot of trapped short bits. And of course, what I want to see here as well is like heavy bearish delta, and Q keep seeing ticking down for ES to follow, with of course our entry model on the top. And I want to keep seeing this pulling the bid, reloading the ask, stacking the ask, etc., etc. And I want to keep seeing buyers getting trapped, buyers getting absorbed, etc. And trading, of course, and out of it, because then I know like, okay, yeah, we're trading out of this. Now I trust that this high will hold. So I can go in a short around here. So I would have probably, in this trade, I would have probably went in a short around here, probably. Get my stop around here. And as you can see, I didn't get stopped out. And you can actually target like for a few points. It's not a lot of points for here, but like it's something. Because if you were in this short right here, as I said, around here-ish, if you wanted like to score 5 points, here you get your 5 points. One mini is like $250. Or if you want to go break even 5 points, I always go break even 5 points, or when I know that I can go break even. Also, another thing I use with the standard deviation bands is when we're trading between those, is that I trade with the trend. When I keep seeing NQ ticking up, and ES like pulling the ask, reloading the bid, stacking the bid, and I see bullish delta and stuff, you know, like, and I keep seeing sellers getting trapped on the delta profile, etc., etc., and also here on the DOM, I scalp with the trend. Like I scalp with the standard deviation bands. You can either get in a trade when we touch like the inner band, and then you can get like when we get like our confluences or keep getting our confluence, you can get in around here, put your stop enough here, below here, or like a fixed stop like 3 points, 5 points, whatever the fuck. And then you can target like 10 points or 5 points, or you can target like a level. So let's say we have a level here and we're trading like between them. You can actually get in a bit between the standard deviation bands around here, and you can target like your level. And then from your level, you can wait for price to trade out of the standard deviation band to go from a short to target like, I don't know, like the context you have. I have no idea. I have no idea about the context that you have, but excuse me. But that's like how you can trade. So you can ping pong. You can go in a bit here, and you can go in a short here and target whatever the fuck you want. If you want to play 10 points, 10 points, that's 20 points. That's 1K for you with one mini. So this is easy. This is also like easy to use in overnight, because as we can see in overnight, we love trading between standard deviation bands. So it's easy to bash your account with that. Another here, we can see what I said. We can see price balancing a lot around the VWAP and hitting the VWAP. If you went in a here you could have got a couple points, but that's not the example I want to show. Yeah, this one. Here, exactly the same. We're trading between the standard deviation bands for a while. You can actually go for a bid. Of course, use it with context. Use it with context. Use it with like when that you have like a level up here and you know price is gonna, or like you expect price to like get into it and like trading into it, and the confluences to go bullish are there. So your entry model or whatever the fuck you're looking for, CVDS or whatever the fuck. If it's there, trade it. You can go for a bit either when we touch the band or when we're like trading between them or when you're trading above them. I personally recommend going into a bit when we're trading between them or when you're hitting them, because I don't really like to go in a bit like on the top of the candle. It's not like it's I don't like the drawdown that you can have from there. Like your positioning is shit, to be honest. Then so you can go in a bit right here, and you, or if you don't want to, then we can wait for price to trade out of the standard deviation band, and you can go around short around here ish, probably around here, because we can also see that we're trapping like bits. We're trapping like a good amount of bits. I don't know if this is AM. I need to go full screen then. But if this is in PM, then we have like really good absorption. We have like 500 plus trapped bits. So that's really nice to see. Absorb bits. And you can go in short here, and if you want to, with of course with context, you can hold all the way to your dual, or you can hold all the way what I said to your VWAP. And as you can see, we were in the short here, and this is our VWAP. And we hit our VWAP, and we reverse from the VWAP. Here, another example. A really nice short you get a cut here. Price doesn't always hit my standard deviation bands, but if they do, it's really accurate. Like most of the times when price hits my standard deviation bands, it's like actually shorts or bits, and not like that we fail to. That we're like trading here and we're failing to, we're getting higher here. Of course, sometimes we trade between standard deviation bands, but I know when to and when not to enter. Here we could have went short, etc. etc. So see, so this is why I'm saying that like the VWAP is like a really good target when you're in a trade to target. Same as goes with like spoofing, spoof orders, and spoof orders, and oh bro, I'm way too tired. Um, and icebergs, fuck bro. But that's on the dome. That's on another video. But as you can see, if you took this trade, you would have actually got. Let's say we went around here because we're seeing that we're trading out of it here and stuff, and let's say we target the VWAP here. We have like a 22 points trade. As I said, one con, that's 1k, more than 1k, and you're done for the fucking day. And you made like 1/3 of the profit target, and you're good. Or you can target 10 points. You can just stay consistent with 10 points. It depends how you want to trade, but this is like how I use the VWAP when we're like trading between them. How I use the VWAP like as a target, or when I know to when to put stop there, or when price goes through the VWAP retest, I can go for an entry into my level, or with the context I have. We're looking for sells when we hit the standard deviation bands, the top ones, and we're looking for buys when we're hitting like the standard deviation bands below. My bad if this video was a little bit chaotic, a little bit like all through the place. Bro, I'm all fucking. It's like 3 fucking AM, bro. Like, I'm tired as shit. This video's already fucking 20 minutes. It's fucking generally insane. Here I have another one here. We open here overnight. Here we're trading above the standard deviation band here, and we're reversing. And you can target here the VWAP. We're trading here. We're balancing on the VWAP. I don't trade when we have stuff like this. I don't want to trade when price is balancing because like that's not, it's low prop. I either wait for or ANC breakout or I wait for like a field auction market theory with stuff like this. Of course, more context, but you can use it like this as well. Then here, this fills here. This is like a little mini short. I wouldn't advise it. But yeah, this is how you can use it. This is how you can use it. I really love to use the VWAP as a target, and when we break through it with the concept that sellers are in control, of course, when the context is there. But yeah, this is how I use VWAP, and yeah,